Aloha, superstars. Welcome back. My name is Aaron. My middle name is Linoleum, and this is the Superpod Saga. That's right, Superpod Saga, the show that you're listening to right now that you've inserted into your ear canals. We're now in your brain, and you cannot escape us. This is the podcast where we talk about a different video game topic each week, and then after we discuss that topic, we all pile into my hoopty. We hightail it on down to Denny's for bottomless pancakes and an 8-ball of cocaine. And I hope you boys wore your stretchy pants today because, well, number one, my hoopty doesn't have heat, but number two, bottomless pancakes at Denny's.
I can't wait for cocaine at Denny's.
Nobody can.
Do you get anything else at Denny's? I'm pretty sure that's all I go to Denny's for. I mean, there's...
I have never had pancakes at Denny's.
I've never been to a Denny's before. I can't. I don't think there are any in Iowa.
You made the bit.
Nebraska.
You made the bit though. You did the thing.
There's so many layers of lies here. Like you don't even have a hoopta. You've never been to
Hoopta?
Denny's or whatever the fuck you called it. Hoopla, Oompa Loompa. I don't give a shit.
Hey, I've got great guests here today joining us. Never mind the Denny's bit. I've got a returning face and a brand new face. Hey, so returning, we have Gerry with Super Ghost Radio. How in the hell are you, Gerry?
I am fantastic, Aaron. Thanks for having me back on this beautiful podcast of yours. Cannot wait to talk about some of this shit that I got wrote down on these notes.
It's great to have you back. Yeah, there's so much space here now. I've got leg room, arm room.
So much room for activities.
We're recording at the back of my hoopty.
Your hoopta. Your hoopla.
In the back of my hoopla. In the back of my Geo Metro. Turned it into a little recording station. You gotta duck down like a motherfucker, otherwise you'll bump your head whenever we go over a speed bump or something. But I've got a brand new guest here today, Jay with Super Bracket Bros. Jay, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited. You've been on my show, and we had an absolute blast. And so I am super excited to now return the favor and come on your show and just talk about some ding-dang video games today.
Some ding video game. Talking about some dang old video games, man. Yeah. Hey, Gerry, tell the guests, if they haven't heard you before, tell them all about yourself and your show and where they can find all of your stuff. Your great stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't say great. If
But
you want to
it is
hear
stuff
absolute,
nonetheless.
yeah, it's the we talk into microphones and we put stuff on the internet and hope that people like it. But I am the host of Super Ghost Radio. I do that show with my two co-hosts, Beth and Greg, and it comes out every other week. It's on all your platforms that you want to listen to it on. It's pretty much just like retrospects of games we have played, games we want to play, games we're gonna play, games we are playing, and it's kind of just lighthearted conversations. It's more of just like a bullshit sesh. And our latest episode that we just put out was the end of season 3, and we capped it off by inviting 1 million people on.
Yeah.
Aaron was one of those people. We had Dave from Tales from the Backlog, Nave from Gaming Together, Chris from a novel console, and Bill from Gaming and Collecting, and it was pure chaos, but in the best kind of way. And that was our anti-Game of the Year awards. And that was a good one. So go check that out. That's the latest episode, and that's up right now.
I can vouch for him. That is a really good episode. It'll take you quite a while to get all the way through because it's like 4 hours long.
3 hours and 43 minutes.
Holy shit. It's a big boy.
But you piecemeal it. You listen
Just
to a little
like-
bit weird. Feed
just
the
like-
kids.
Just like bottomless pancakes and an 8-ball of cocaine at Denny's, got a piecemeal it, one thing at a time.
Yep.
Jay, yeah, tell people all about your show and yourself and where people can find all of your stuff. That is stuff with a PH, STUPH.
Sure. So my stuff with a PH is actually That's in my
Gross.
apartment. That's not for anybody else. So don't look for that stuff. My stuff that's on the internet that you can listen to. I host a show called Super Bracket Bros, where me and my co-host Eli, we take fictional characters from different universes and we mash them together in a tournament to find out who is the best of the best. Aaron was on our show to help us talk about Sin from Final Fantasy X in our Kaiju tournament, which, Sin had an incredible run in the Kaiju tournament, and that was just such a fun episode that we had with him and a bunch of other guests, and it was a great time. But yeah, that's what we do over at Super Bracket Bros, and we're a podcast, so you can find us anywhere that podcasts are found. But we talk a ton about a lot of video game characters, movies, TV, even characters from like live play podcasts. We'll take D&D characters and whatnot and throw them into the mix too, and it's a good time. And if you have an extra slot in your podcast listening rotation, you can find Super Bracket Bros wherever you find podcasts.
I would highly recommend it. It's such a cool concept for a podcast that I can't say I've heard of anything else like it. By the way, what was your title in the show again? Senior you gotta do it.
I am your personal bracketologist. That is that's how it goes. Yeah.
Nice.
I just realized that all three of our podcasts start with super.
Oh my god!
Oh,
yes.
Super cool.
What are the other? Is there any other super one that we should have had on? I can't think of
fuck
any
'em.
other ones.
Who cares?
Yeah, these are the only three that matter.
These are the only ones that matter.
Exactly.
I apologize to anybody that's out there that's listening to this that have super in their first,
No,
last,
fuck
or
'em.
middle name. Could you imagine naming your kid Super?
That's their middle name.
R.I.P. Super.
Yeah, rip super sword.
Don't mind Aaron. Before we jumped into today's recording, we were roasting him, and I think he's getting a little feisty. He's getting
real salty, real pissed. I mean, salty as in angry, not salty as in I'm dirty and gross.
No, wouldn't dare think that. No,
wouldn't dream of it. Oh man. Hey, we're talking about the best licensed games today. And I'm gonna be honest, when Tommy pitched this idea for a topic, I was like, dude, I highly doubt there's any out there that I like, because all I know is like the garbage licensed games, like fucking the Hannah Montana game on 360, or like
what a
the
pull.
Lizzie McGuire game on GBA or something stupid. But
Do
then
you mean when you pitched this to GBA, when you pitched it to Chat GPT? Is that what gave you this idea?
yeah, before the AI core went down and left us forever.
You pitched this idea.
What a gift.
You still have not proven that he is not AI, and now you will never get the chance to do so. So he will forever be known as Tommy AI.
One of these days, I'll go on down to Omaha and I'll find Tommy and I'll take a picture with him. I'll take a fucking video. I'll do whatever I need to. I'll prove that he's real.
It's like looking for Bigfoot at this point. Like
he could be anywhere. It's gonna lure him out with Jack Link's beef jerky or whatever the fuck those commercials were.
He could be any one of us.
Am I Tommy? Oh my god!
Having an
this is some real
existential crisis.
This is some real Fight Club shit going on right now. Like,
oh my fucking god! Oh man, but yeah, no. I opened my third eye. I awoke my true self. Left behind my sheeple form. Did a little bit of digging on the internet, and I found a lot of licensed games that I actually really fucking like. So before we get to the meat and potatoes, we'll get to the the mozzarella sticks of the show, the little greasy appetizer, if you will. We'll go to Discord. We asked our Discord community, what are some of your favorite licensed games? Star Wars, Disney, Simpsons, Sesame Street, whatever. Cool sunglasses guy face emoji. And fucking immediately, real Dave Jackson, stand-up guy, he says, Tony Hawk Pro Skater Supremacy. Which, yeah, absolutely.
I guess
Supreme.
that's licensed.
Yeah, I mean, they had to license out the, I guess, the Tony Hawk
likeness
property. Yeah, likeness. There we go. He's not a property. Like he's
Tony
also
Hawk
AI.
alone.
He's a treasure. Yeah, you got.
He's
you
been
got that.
through enough.
Oh man. Adam entered the survival horror. He says Batman feels obvious, and I got to give him another. Tommy gave him a crow emoji. Got to give him a second crow. There we go. You've been crowed. Bill GNC Podcast Network. He says Parasite Eve is technically one, and this
What?
Parasite Eve is based off of a novel. For anyone that doesn't know, I learned a lot when this all happened. Adam, he comes back. He says Spider-Man 2. All of the Lego games are of surprisingly high quality, which they are.
They are.
I can hear Yoda's screaming in the back of my brain right now. Fucking,
Oh boy.
What an
Fucking
outstanding
Yoda.
impression, Aaron. Wow, you're really
Thank you.
just on your A game today, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
that was
I
insane.
am.
I bet you can't do that again.
That's the monster kiwi strawberry, dude. Had too much. There we go. Bill, he fucking also comes back and he says SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom still holds up. I've never played a SpongeBob game, so I don't know about that.
I did hear that is pretty. Well, I mean, they remade it
Yeah.
on Switch.
Oh yeah,
Or-
Rehydrated or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's on. Actually, that might be on more than just Switch, but that's where I've seen it pop up.
Right on. And then Adam Revival. Holy shit. This is breaking my brain. There's two
I
Adams.
believe in you.
Adam Revival and Extinction. He says, so Star Wars Jedi Power Battles is an early one for me, as well as Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. All the Spider-Man games for the 360 PS3 era, except the movie-based ones, were good. That's true. Yeah. Or there was like 3 for the 360. I think it was like Shattered Universe or something like that, or like
Shattered Dimension.
Yeah.
and then there was-
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. That was what wasn't Neil Patrick Harris the voice of Spider-Man in that?
No.
No,
Whoa.
don't fuck. Are you joking?
Googling.
You're making that up.
He was the voice
he
of one
is?
of them.
Oh my god, he
told
is
you.
Spider-Man. He's Peter Parker. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
Hate to say it,
Wow.
Totoso.
Well, I think we need to stop the
Totoso.
podcast, and I
But
need
I
to go
fucking
play
a
this.
Totoso.
dude, and John DiMaggio is also in there. That's
Yeah, man.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, indeed. God damn it. Adam entered the survival horror. He comes in again. He busts his fucking way through my kitchen window and he says, Shadow of Mordor is excellent in every regard except for its license.
That is a good game.
Yeah,
It's a great game.
very good game.
Damn. Oh my god. Thrak comes in with the big one, boys. Rescue Heroes Billy Blazes, Gumby versus the Astrobots, Simpsons
boy.
Hit and Run, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, Toy Story 3, Jeff Jam Fight for New York, Ultimate Muscle Legends versus New Generation, The Ultimate Hulk, Ultimate Destruction. No, the Ultimate Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction, Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 and 3, Warhammer Space Marine, and a bunch of 007 games, except, wait, fuck. Let's try and do this really fast, but I messed it all up. A bunch of 007 games, Everything or Nothing, Nightfire, From Russia with Love, and the Game Boy James Bond game, just to name a few. And
I feel like you
indeed he
should have
did.
read all of these as if it was like a horse race. And here comes Bill from Gaming and Collecting coming around the corner with Goof Troop.
That's a good idea, dude. Shan coming around the back. He says the X-Men arcade game is pretty sick too. Exit in second place. He says Phantom 2040, SNES, Goof Troop, SNES, Quackshot, Genesis, GoldenEye, N64, the Batman Arkham series, TMNT, Turtles in Time, Simpsons arcade game, X-Men arcade, and more recently RoboCop Rogue City.
Oh yeah, that RoboCop was fucking awesome.
You can shoot people in the dick, right? That's like the selling point of the game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I wouldn't say that's the selling point. It's pretty cool though.
But but you could shoot them in the dick, right?
Yes, that's a thing. I mean, you could shoot people in the dick in any first person
Right, but
game.
Are
Technically,
there dick shooting mechanics in the game? Like
Because like the movie,
how are the dick physics?
yeah.
it's like what was that one? Sniper Elite or whatever, where you could like you get rewarded for shooting.
Oh,
dudes with
yeah.
testicles.
Oh,
Like, that was-
yeah.
but
Yeah, that was crazy.
fuck it, we'll
Shoot
move
that
on.
Hitler in the dick.
Shoot Hitler in the dick. Let's see. Nope, that's reply. That doesn't count. Here we go. Zodiac. He says Parasite Eve is a great licensed game, as is Blazing Lasers. And that also blew my tiny lizard brain because I had no idea Blazing Lasers was based off of a fucking movie. That is insane.
Wait,
Blazing.
what?
Yeah, Blazing Lasers for the TurboGrafx 16. It's based off of a Japanese film, Gunhead.
Whoa.
No way.
That's some wild shit.
I'm gonna have to go play some Blazing Lasers after this.
Dude, you need to. It's great. And then Bill, god damn it, he comes in again and he says Bugs Bunny Lost in Time is a low-key excellent platformer. I mean, I'm sure, man, but yet comes in here again. And then Blathers came in and was a dick, as he usually is. If for those listening, if you've never been in our server, there's a Blathers bot that I added to our server that every so often will just come in and rip you a new one. He's a total fucking dick, and I hate him, but I love him at the same time. Let's see. Zodiac says again, also Konami, and I said that weird. Also Konami and their Murderer's Row of licensed games. Bucky O'Hare, TMNT Arcade 3 and 4, Tiny Toons Pick System. MQ Keith, he says TMNT 4, Rogue Squadron, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Fighting Edition. Oh my god, I think I'm almost to the end of it.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Fighting Edition is by the same people that made Gundam Wing Endless Duel, and it's super good.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude. Zodiac comes in again. He says Goonies 2. I wouldn't have expected a Goonies game to be good.
That must have been on Nintendo, right? Like regular Nintendo?
I think so.
Must have been.
Sounds like, yeah.
It must have been. I don't think it's on Super Nintendo. Could
Uh,
have been on
X-
Atari for all I know.
Exit, he comes in and he says, also, technically speaking, the horror JRPG Sweet Home on Famicom, which is based on a movie, that game is fucking awesome.
Do you know that game is basically the very first Resident Evil?
Yeah. It was like Resident Evil was based off of, or kind of based off of Sweet Home, wasn't it? Because it was,
well, I mean,
in
I
like
think
the one
Shinji
mansion or
Mikami
whatever.
worked on Sweet Home. I think that was like his first game he ever worked on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
I think I'm probably just spouting out misinformation, but
No, it's okay.
I think that's a thing.
I mean, as long as you're not spreading like COVID is fake, it's 5G, like it's whatever. Spread all the misinformation you need to.
That's fine. Just don't spread AIDS. That's the one. You just got to stay away from that one.
Yeah, we're almost to the end. MQ Keith, he says Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That's good.
That's a good
Zodiac
one.
says Fantastic Four for the GBA, Maximum Carnage, Separation Anxiety, Spider-Man games, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Oh my god, that game is so good.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't like
Alright.
Ultimate Alliance? Okay,
I
fine,
don't-
whatever. Whatever. I'm doing the hand thing. You can't see it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I
Like,
feel it.
MQ Keith, he says Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Zodiac, MVC2, it's Marvel vs. Capcom 2, X-Men Children of Adam, and that. Oh, wait, one final one. Scrapdog 15, he says, going to Echo 1, as I've seen it mentioned a few times, but TMNT Turtles in Time was my favorite. Really love the NCAA football games as well. Also, the Lord of the Rings trilogy on PS2 was super fun for me. And that's it.
We did it.
We did it.
Wow.
We did it, boys. We dug deep.
And
dug
cue
hard.
the outro music.
That's the
Great job,
episode.
everybody. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Hit the sweat lodge. I think it was a good
The
episode.
sweat lodge. Let's hop into the back of my hoopty.
It's pronounced
yeah.
hoopta.
Shit, the hoopa. Okay, yeah. That's thank you everybody in our Discord for submitting your fine answers. But like I said, you're just the mere appetizer. You're the garden salad of the meal. Now we'll get to the meat and potatoes. That is our picks. Yeah. So favorite licensed games. We'll start things off with a fucking bang because I picked Batman Arkham Asylum for my very fucking first one. Because boy, before that we didn't have a whole lot of good Batman games. They were pretty middle before Batman Arkham Asylum. I think so anyway. Maybe except for like the soundtrack on the Genesis one.
I'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
For what?
Which part?
For one of my picks. That's I feel like that is like the best Batman game, but one of my picks is also a Batman game.
Oh, okay.
And I think there was a long time before we got a good Batman game. So you're right.
Well, it's difficult because I think up until Arkham Asylum, pretty much all Batman games were just like side-scrolling brawlers, which I mean aren't bad, but like it's really easy to fuck up a brawler and make it like boring and dumb. But I mean, yeah, like you said, there are some good ones, but Arkham Asylum did so fucking much. Arkham Asylum was one of the few games that I've 100%ed and gotten like everything in, just because it was so fun to glide around the asylum and find all of the cool little Riddler trophies and all like the hidden lore pieces and hunt down everybody for each of the side quests and stuff. And yeah, I want to say I love the whole series, but Arkham Origins was all right. Arkham Knight was all right. So mostly I just love Asylum and City, and that's it.
Yeah, Asylum and City are definitely the two best ones. I actually didn't care for the other two. I thought they were, compared to the last two, they were like pretty mediocre. I felt like they could just kind of phoned it in.
Yeah, they like copy and pasted basically the same shit, and then they were
Yeah.
just like, Origins is on Christmas, and you got to find these most wanted dudes or whatever." And then Knight was just like, haha, no, fuck, I almost spoiled the whole thing. Never mind.
Yeah, don't do that. There might be people that actually want to play that now and have not been exposed to how it ends.
Yeah,
Any
I tried to. When was the last time you played this game? Because I tried to play this game for the first time, I want to say within the last 5 years, and I couldn't do it. I did not enjoy my time with this game, and I don't know if hasn't aged well or if it just isn't my thing.
I bought, I think like the first two games on Xbox Series, whatever the fuck, they were on sale for like I think $10, and I played a little bit of Arkham Asylum, and it still held up pretty well. Maybe it just isn't your cup of tea, or I just enjoy shit ass games. I don't know.
No, I mean it's like
No, I
a
know.
lot
I'm
is
just
like
joking.
one of the best superhero games ever. So I think this is definitively a me issue, and that's fine. I have
Yeah.
I have superhero games on my list.
Go ahead with your first one, man. Let's hear it.
So mine, yeah. I mean, this is going to be a big obvious one mentioned on somebody else's list, but I mean the first Spider-Man game that came out. Well, not the first one, but the first one that I that came out recently of the current series, the one that came out in 2018.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah,
Insomniac
yeah.
series,
Insomniac.
basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that one, I mean, just the incredible feel of the game like kept me just addicted to it from the moment I started web slinging. They just did such a great job with the game, and the story was, you know, above average. It did what it needed to do for a Spider-Man game. I enjoyed it, but man, I just love the moment-to-moment gameplay of that game. And yeah, no, and well, just one of my favorite iterations of New York ever. Spider-Man, amazing.
Yep.
Nice.
I second that one. That's such a good game. And I am dying to play the new one.
Same.
I keep hearing about how insanely good it is.
Yeah, I've yet to pick it up. It's very much on my list, but my backlog is long enough that it just hasn't made its way. I have so many games that I need to play that I currently
Dude.
own. I don't need to buy Spider-Man 2.
I know. After I finished Baldur's Gate, and then I immediately jumped into Sea of Stars because I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm not beating Sea of Stars in the year that it comes out," because I love those guys that make those games. And after I finished that, I was like, I still got like about a month left of the year that I could like try to, get some. I still had like a month left of the year that I could like get some stuff done, get some games under my belt. And then I just completely switched gears and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play retro shit for the rest of the year because there's just too many like new games and they're all super good. Like I wanted to start Lies of P. I wanted to, yeah, there was just like a million things that I wanted to get into, and I was just like, Actually, no. I'm just gonna play Nintendo 64 games for the rest of the year, and that's what I did.
Is I guess Lies of P would be another licensed game based on the
Yeah,
Pinocchio
I guess
novel.
technically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good drop there, sir. Oh my, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've never owned a PS4. I don't own a PS5, but I want to. But the last Spider-Man game that I played, I guess like the last new Spider-Man game that I played was the Amazing Spider-Man on 360, and boy, was that not great.
Oh,
was
man.
not the best. They tried really really hard to make it somewhat like the Batman Arkham games, but boy, it just fucking stunk at times. Like I remember there was who was the boss? It was like some big giant fucking stupid thing, and you're swinging around, and like you could like the game freaks out when you try to like swing underneath him, but you can swing underneath this guy somehow, like as if the fucking web goes like right through him. I don't know, it's stupid. Uh Spider-Man Spider-Man looks good though.
Yeah. I'm kind of pissed that they didn't put that on any kind of sale over the holidays. Because
Really? Like the first one?
no, like the newest one.
Oh yeah. I was
Because normally
That's
like
surprising.
those games would go on sale for like the Boxing Week sale or something, and like nope, nothing. Because I get all my shit like on digital because I have a digital PS5, and yeah, there was shit on sale in the PlayStation Store that was just like, but why that and not this? That doesn't make sense.
When
And
did it
it's
come out again?
expensive.
October?
September or October.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like that's definitely eligible for a sale. That's weird. That's super weird.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's
Spe-
really expensive. I'm in Canada, so it's $89 here.
Ooh, holy
God.
smokes.
Yep. Plus tax.
Plus tax. Hey Jerry, what's your first game?
Well, I have I have a kind of a thing here. I picked like 3 main things. But the first thing, let me just ask you guys. Were you guys around in 1993?
I was 2 years old.
I
Fuck
was
yeah.
I was minus 2 years old.
So you guys remember this. You're going to remember all of this stuff so vividly. Now, let me break this down for you. Not only did we get well, for one thing, Prince changed his name to a symbol in 1993. We lost Brandon Lee on the set of The Crow. 90 million people tuned in to watch Michael Jackson talk to Oprah Winfrey for some fucking reason. Cliffhanger came out in cinemas, which, by the way, that is a game that's licensed, but not good. And then, of course, Jurassic Park came out that year, too. But 1993, for some reason, just had the most banging licensed games coming out on Super Nintendo. So I have like a handful here because I as I was going through this, I was like, what is going on in 1993? Like all these crazy games are coming out, and like it's like I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, I'm remembering games that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good license game. That's a good one. I'm like, wait a second, these all came out in 1993. Like what's happening? So Batman Returns, because you were talking about Batman. Batman Returns on Super Nintendo is a awesome game. It's such a good beat 'em up. Like, it's funny because I think it came out a year after the movie had come out. Like, it wasn't something that came out like right when the movie came out. But it's a Konami game. It's a good beat 'em up. Konami makes good beat 'em up games. It's kind of hard though. Like, I'll put that out there. It's a tough game. But then, like, we also got some crazy Disney ones, like Aladdin on Super Nintendo. Dude,
Oh, yep.
Well,
I've heard about
game
that.
fucks. Like, that is a good ass game. Also, Goof Troop on Super Nintendo is a wildly fun co-op game. The first game to ever scare me as a kid, Jurassic Park.
Oh, I thought you were saying Goof Troop.
Yeah, Goof Troop scared the shit out of me, dude.
Oh my god.
Throwing those
Oh, man.
coconuts around, using your hook shots. Yeah, that was horrifying. Yeah, no, Jurassic Park scared the piss out of me as a child when you go into like the first person areas where it became like Doom.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Was this okay? You're unlocking like the faintest memory in the back of my brain here. But was this
1993, baby.
yeah, was this game like mostly like a top down, like you go through the
Yeah.
park as like an Alan Grant, but then yeah, there are these other sections that are first person.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
I played this game. I did not remember I played this game until this moment. My brain is like cracking open right now.
Uh-huh. You're welcome.
Holy
Like those
smokes.
coconuts.
Yeah, 1993 is gonna fuck you up, dude.
Holy shit.
And then yeah, the last one that I have on here from 1993 is Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose on Super Nintendo. But that's, dude, another Konami game, and it's really, really good. Like, I mean, it's really good. It's short, but like, damn, it's good. And yeah,
I'm pretty
the
sure
hell?
I've played that Tiny Toon Adventures game. My cousins only, whenever we went to our cousins for like Christmas or Thanksgiving, they only had 3 Super Nintendo games. It was fucking Tiny Toons, Miss Pac-Man, and I don't know what the last one was. Probably Super Mario World, because that came with like every SNES.
Yeah, probably. It was probably that. Don't know why
Tiny
you would
Toons
play
Adventures
anything
is
else.
about to start. And
Oh,
now our
Jesus.
song is done.
Now you're unlocking shit in my brain.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
This Denny's is really hitting right today, man. Yeah.
It's the
Is it the Denny's or is it the cocaine? Or is it the hooped?
Who's to say? Who's
Yeah,
who's
that's
to
true.
say?
Oh man. Yeah.
So yeah, 1993 was my favorite licensed game.
I like there was okay, yeah, here it is. The Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Genesis. That one, it's not one of
That
my
was good.
picks, but that has such a fucking great soundtrack. It's like industrial techno kind of shit. Oh, it's so fucking sweet.
Right. The one on Genesis and the one on Super Nintendo were totally different.
Yeah.
The
It's
one on
so
Super
weird.
Nintendo is probably, in my opinion, one of the best looking Super Nintendo games because it actually captured how that show looked, like very, very well on Super Nintendo. Like it was the cartoony aspect of it, and like, dude, the soundtrack on that too. But like, I have not played that Genesis one, but I should. If it's like got that grimy industrial sounding Genesis soundtrack, I'm all in for that.
Dude, it's so fucking good. We did an episode a while back about our favorite video game soundtracks, and Tony from PlayStation Rumble, one of his favorites is that soundtrack, The Adventures of Batman and Robin on Genesis, and it slaps. It's ridiculously good.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
And speaking of, I guess like a hidden gem, have either of you dudes ever played the Hunter the Reckoning games?
No.
Hunter the Reckoning?
Yeah. They had like 3 games. There was one that was for Xbox and GameCube, and then there was another one that was, let me find it. I think there was one that was exclusive to Xbox that was just Redeemer. And then
This.
what was the other one? Wayward. Hunter the Reckoning Wayward was exclusive to PS2, and they're based off of this and I just came up with this pick because Jay posted in his Discord server about it.
I was like, why does this sound so familiar? It's the messaging. Okay, yeah. I was
Yeah,
just-
dude.
Okay.
It's
Sorry.
a horror
I came up with-
tabletop role playing game?
Yeah, it's fucking sweet. So, yeah, it's based off of the World of Darkness, which also includes the Vampire the Masquerade, and there's a bunch of other shit in there as well. But in the world of Hunter the Reckoning, basically there are think of like Supernatural, basically, except like the people who can see and fight monsters, they're called imbued, and they become imbued either through contact with like a herald or an angel or some shit, or if they have like a traumatic encounter with like a monster, like if a monster kills their parents or something like that. But uh, yeah, these games are fucking sweet. Well, 'cause don't think I've played the one for PS2, but Hunter the Reckoning for GameCube, I played a bunch with my friends. It's basically just like almost like Diablo. It's I wouldn't say top down. I guess it's more third person, but like there are
Wikipedia
four.
says it's a hack and slash third person shooter.
Okay, well we'll go with that. It's so what is it? There's four characters and they all play differently. So there's the what is it? There's the let me find Wikipedia real fast. I forget their names. There's one dude who's like he's the judge, I think is what he's called, and he has like a crossbow for his ranged weapon,
Father
and he has a
Cortez.
sword. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's got a fucking sword for his melee, a crossbow for his gun, a ranged. The martyr who has dual pistols for her ranged, and I forget what her melee weapons are. Let's check Wikipedia. Nope, it doesn't say. I think she has like dual knives. And then there's another. Let me look it up actually real quick. Hunter.
This game looks cool.
It does.
I'm looking at some screenshots of it right now.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, there's four different characters. They all play differently. As you fight enemies, you gain XP and level up, and you can learn new attacks and shit. And uh, of course, it's 4-player co-op and all that shit. And there's lots of cool bosses. Like one of the best fucking parts of the game is when you get to this church, and there's a little girl who's was it her teddy bear becomes possessed, and it fucking like
What?
rips her parents in half and eats them.
What?
Yeah, and then that little girl becomes the redeemer in the Xbox game. And then yeah, you
Is
just go ahead.
is the Xbox and the GameCube game the same? Because it seems like the first one came out on Xbox and GameCube.
Yeah, and then there's a separate game called Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer that was exclusive to Xbox. And Redeemer is the one where the little girl is the main character. That's her creed, as they call it. Creeds are like different classes. Yeah, she's a redeemer.
And then I guess Hunter the Reckoning Wayward was exclusive to PS2, looks like.
Yeah, and that also has that one like exclusive character. Like I know Wayward you can play as like one of the four characters from the first game, and then you also have that new character, the Wayward. I don't know about Redeemer. It looks like you only play her, maybe. Nope, you do get to play as the other ones. Okay. Um, yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure it's expensive as shit now. Like they're all pretty spendy, but yeah, they're fun as hell, and it's cool to just like run through modern day settings and fight monsters like werewolves and vampires and that fucking evil teddy bear in the church. I okay, so I was playing with so there was I was playing as the martyr. I think no, I was playing as this like biker guy who has a battle axe and a shotgun. Another one of my friends was playing as the martyr with the two pistols, and another friend was playing as Father Cortez with a crossbow. And we were having a rough fucking time because we were playing on hard, and we would work out like different strategies for how to get through different boss battles. So we did this thing where like, oh, I'm gonna destroy all the pews so we could run everywhere. And then Joey plays decoy and all this stupid garbage. It's a fun game. It's a good game.
I'm really
You know what?
interested in this tabletop as well. Like this looks
Yeah.
cool as
Yeah,
hell.
that sounds cool too.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of different fucking series they made for it. There's Wraith the Oblivion, Mummy the Resurrection sounds fucking interesting. I wonder when the last
Oh, that just reminded me of a game that is a licensed game that I
the
totally
Mummy
forgot about.
Demastered.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a good
dude.
one.
That game is so good.
Um, ooh, Geist the Sin Eaters. That sounds fucking cool. Promethean the Created. Oh my god, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that's all I had for that one.
Look, I know that we're talking about some bangers here, but when I was looking at the Super Nintendo stuff, I realized just how many goddamn licensed games there were on Super Nintendo. And man, there was a lot of dog shit. Holy shit. We had fucking Bebe's Kids. We had
Oh, Baby Biscuits. Oh my
fucking
god. I forgot
Casper.
about that show.
We had goddamn Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
Oh
We had
no.
fucking Home Improvement.
Oh,
Oh,
my favorite bit about the Home Improvement game was that, like, if you try to look at the instruction manual, it just says instruction or no, men don't follow instructions.
No, it
On like,
doesn't.
yeah, it
What?
does. Yeah, the instruction booklet that you
No.
get with Home Improvement, because a big part of the show was like men don't follow instructions or whatever. So if you open the instruction, or if you look in the instruction booklet for Home Improvement, it's just one page and it just says, "Yeah, men don't follow instructions."
Real men don't need
Oh.
instructions. Holy smokes. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It's so
Ali-
stupid, dude.
Alien 3 was also a dog shit game, in my opinion. That
Pretty sure
was
it's
a dog shit movie.
Dog shit movie. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bad movie. But yeah, I don't know. There was just a shit ton of licensed games on Super Nintendo. It was insane.
Hell yeah, dude. If we have time after we talk about all of our picks, we'll talk about some of those real shitty ones, because I know of like 3 off the top of my head that are terrible, horrible, awful games. But Jay, what's your second pick, man?
So I'm gonna bundle two here, and
Okay.
I think you're gonna be excited about this, Aaron.
I'm already
So
excited.
I've got a pair of Yu-Gi-Oh games that
Yes.
I remember
Oh,
from
boy.
my youth that I played just a crazy amount of. The first is a Game Boy Advanced game, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist.
Fuck. Yes.
Yeah, this game was the perhaps the most basic version of Yu-Gi-Oh that's ever like existed on like a video game platform, but man, it got me to play the game and I could play the characters from the show and it was just such a good time. Like this kept
Mm.
me glued to my Game Boy and yeah, no, I just have a ton of fun memories and whenever I could get the Duel Link going and get the cable front link going between me and my brother and yes, that was just an absolute blast. So the Eternal
Fuck yeah.
Duelist is an all-timer for me. And then I want to shout out a PlayStation 2 Yu-Gi-Oh game, which I think i I kind of looked it up before this episode and it seems to have gotten like mixed reviews, but it sold really well. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses, which wasn't just a Yu-Gi-Oh, like a way to play Yu-Gi-Oh in video game format. It was actually a game where they changed the rules where you had the characters, but they were playing out this, uh, you know,
Mhm.
uh, I mean, it's what is the actual story called? It's like the game is loosely based on the War of the Roses. So it's like two different houses battling each other, but the base of the game is instead of playing Yu-Gi-Oh, you have a map that you get to move your monsters across, and it has totally different mechanics. And
Wait, is it like a Fire Emblem game or something?
it's closer to that than actual Yu-Gi-Oh for sure. Yeah.
I would probably enjoy that. They just
Yeah,
need to make a Yu-Gi-Oh beat 'em up.
they experimented a lot with Yu-Gi-Oh in that little era, because they also had one on the GameCube. I forget. I think it was like the Falsebound Kingdom, I think is what it was called. And that one was like a turn-based JRPG where you could recruit different monsters from the card game, and
What?
it was boring but cool at the same time.
Whoa.
Um,
Oh my
yeah,
god,
I
this is straight up this is Final Fantasy Yu-Gi-Oh! What is
yeah,
happening
dude.
here? Holy smokes.
Go on.
This is amazing.
Then yeah, it was what is it? You could you picked something. You picked like one of 3 characters who each have their own god card or something. I don't remember, but one I do remember a lot of is there was a Yu-Gi-Oh game for PS1 called Forbidden Memories, and it was fucking difficult because number one, I mean, you're still playing cards, but they changed how the entire fucking game is played, because you start out with like just basic ass monsters, but you can combine them into different like more powerful monsters.
Oh.
and it just does not work the way you'd think it was. You would think like, oh, in the actual card game, you could fuse this and this to make this, but in that game, it's like, no, it don't work like that. You got to follow our rules, and yeah, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, is it so? Like they just kind of like threw the actual rules of the game out the window. Like, are you talking like you say combine cards, but not through like polymerization? Like what?
Yeah, exactly. What is it? Forbidden Memories. Yeah, so instead of using polymerization, I think you just hit up on the D-pad to like mark a card,
Yeah.
and then once you mark two, you would hit X, and then they would spin and form a new card. And so in the actual card game, you could make the monster Punished Eagle by fusing one specific monster and another specific monster, but in Forbidden Memories, that shit does not fly. It's two completely different monsters to make that monster. So ones that you know from the card game that you know make a certain monster, forget about that fucking garbage because you're going by the game's rules this time. And other than that motherfucker, there was another one for the GBA that kind of followed the one you mentioned.
Oh,
What the fuck is it called?
the first one I mentioned, or
Yeah,
the Eternal Duelist Soul.
yeah, there was another one like that that kind of followed like the Battle City arc of Yu-Gi-Oh. Let me find what the fuck it was called. No, that's not it. Oh my god, what is it? Stairway to the Destined Duel. That's what it was. That was also a
Oh.
good one. I spent a lot of time on.
Yeah, no, as soon as this is one that I messaged you about, I was like, wait, do Yu-Gi-Oh games count as licensed games? And yeah, no, I was super excited to bring these up because yeah, these two are core memories for me. And just yeah, no, it's amazing the amount of like different things that they tried to do. I had no idea about. I mean, I've heard Forbidden Memories before, but I didn't actually know what the gimmick was. That's buck wild, man. Like you know, and they were just like, you know, yeah, we have a really good game here, but let's not do that. Let's do our own
Yeah.
thing.
It's so like it was difficult too because like um I think you get new cards by buying packs, but I think you can only buy like one card at a time or something stupid. But you only get money from beating people in duels. But the people you fight in duels make some really fucking ridiculous powerful shit. So it's like next to impossible to beat them unless you really know what you're doing. And like fucking 6-year-old Aaron had no clue. I was like, "Look, mom, Yu-Gi-Oh!" And then I played it, and I would lose, and I'd be like, "Oh, mommy." And yeah, fucking stupid, dude.
What a beautiful recreation. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
hey, Jer Bear, what's your next pick?
My next pick is the best licensed game of all time.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, GoldenEye 64, dude.
that's not Yu-Gi-Oh, so it doesn't count. Next. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, Aaron, your next pick. Yeah. No.
Yes, that is a good one.
And then he's like, GoldenEye 64.
Hijack your pick.
Yeah. Just edit my shit out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, GoldenEye on N64, dude. I don't know why I keep calling it GoldenEye 64. That's not even the name of the game. It's just GoldenEye. I remember begging my mom to grab that game for me because a friend of mine had it, and he was like telling me how good this game was. And I remember my mom was like at the mall or something, and I remember distinctly like before because she said she was leaving to go shopping at the mall, and I was like, "You have to get me GoldenEye," and she was like, "Well, we'll see." And I like begged and begged and begged. She came back and she was like, "Here, is this the game you want?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is it." So we pop it in, and I was like, "This is the hardest game I've ever played." I don't know. I made a huge mistake. I don't know how to play this game. And I swear to God, dude, I was stuck on the dam for about 3 or 4 days bashing my. I mean, this is before you could just be like, type into Google real quick and find a walkthrough in like 2.5 seconds. No, I don't like. We had like a family computer, but like it wasn't used for looking up goddamn walkthroughs for GoldenEye. But there's a part in the dam when you have to shoot the lock off to proceed. Yeah. My stupid ass kid brain didn't understand that, oh, if I shoot this thing, I can actually just proceed. So I was stuck at the first level for like 2 or 3 days, and like everybody I'm talking to is like, oh my god, you got GoldenEye? That's so crazy. Like the game's so amazing. I'm like, really? Is it though? Because like it's not easy at all. Because like, I mean, up to that point, I'd just been playing like sort of easy games, I guess. Like, but like this was like a different thing. And then I remember my mom getting kind of pissed off because I think it might have been the first game that she had seen that had like shooting dudes, like going around blasting everyone's ass. And I was like, I was so scared for her to see it.
Blasting ass.
Yeah, just and that. So, anyways, I started blasting. Yeah. So, but I mean, once I finally, actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure my friend, another friend, not the one that had the game that was telling me about it. Actually, this is kind of funny because I asked him, "Hey, man, how do you get past the dam level?" And he was like, "The dam, goddamn dam." And he was like, "I'm not telling you."
Oh.
Yeah.
What a bastard.
Yeah, he's
in prison now.
I mean, maybe. I know he's not doing so good, and I really don't give a shit. He deserves everything he
roasting
gets.
this man live.
Yeah, fuck him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was a shitty friend. So I remember I had like another friend of mine who had a computer with the internet, and he just comes over like, or no, he was at my house and we were playing it, and he was like, I don't know, man, like I can't figure it out. And he's like, I'll be right back, because he lived like a 10-minute walk up the street from my house. So he leaves, comes back. Motherfucker has for one thing, he has a sandwich and a goddamn stack of paper in his hand. And I'm like, what is that? And he's like, this is how to beat the game. And it was like, it was literally like he found like the game FAQs like thing on the internet and just printed the entire thing off and just brought it back with a sandwich.
Incredible.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Maybe he's not such a bad friend.
No, this was a different guy. The other guy can go fuck himself. No, he would never do that. He'd probably like print me off the walkthrough for like Bebe's Kids and be like, here you go. This is how you beat GoldenEye.
Sounds like he's the kind of guy that would actually print off the walkthrough, walk into your front lawn, and then burn it in a trash can in front of you.
Actually, not that drastic, but he did print off. I remember when I was stuck in Ocarina of Time and the Water Temple. I was stuck on that level, and I remember he was like, I could give you the walkthrough because I printed one off, and I was like, oh yeah, please do that. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna need something for that though. And
what a fucking bastard, dude.
Yeah,
oh my
dude,
god,
this guy was such an idiot.
And so evil.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure I gave him a really, really cool Magneto toy and a really, really cool Gambit toy just so that I could get that fucking walkthrough. And this motherfucker had printed it out, and it was only half of the temple. And I'd already gotten to that point, and I was like, this is useless to me. I can't even use this.
You should have just told your mom on him, like, Mom, he's not being fair. And your mom would have just beat some sense into him, knocked the fucking taste out of his mouth.
Nah, yeah, well, maybe. My mom and his mom were like best friends.
Oh,
yeah, that's kind of like he was one of those friends that like it was like it wasn't really a friend. It was just kind of like because he was like I think he was like 4 or 5 years older than me.
You were just friends because your moms are friends.
Yeah.
I know that exactly.
Hate those friends.
Yeah.
If you friends are listening to this, fuck you.
Yeah. If you guys suck.
If you're as old as we are and you're still friends with your mom's friends because your moms are friends, then I think you're the problem.
Yeah, that's not healthy. You should probably
Yeah, you should
figure out how to make your own friends.
please. Yes, from me to you on Super Pod Saga, I'm begging you, find your own
Yeah,
friends.
please, folks out there.
Go to a
that
bar.
Yeah,
go anywhere.
learn
Even
how
at
to
Denny's. I've
learn
made
how
a
to
lot of
print off
friends
your
at
own
Denny's.
walkthroughs.
Print off your own walkthroughs at Denny's.
Get your hoopta, print off your walkthroughs, go to Denny's and start handing out video game walkthroughs. You're gonna find a friend, I promise you.
I'll even drive you there in the old hoopda, except you got to be real careful because the passenger side window doesn't roll down.
Yeah, and also be very careful with those pages because, like, you should probably laminate them because you don't want to crinkle up a full walkthrough for We're Back on Super Nintendo. Like, you gotta be careful with that one. That's a treasure.
Let's say we take an ad break. Does that sound good?
Oh, I can't wait.
Sounds good.
Let's ingest some ads. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, Super Potters? Tommy here. I just want to give a big shout out to our patrons. They are all wonderful, stand-up fellows. Thank you, Adam, Jameson, Jared, and a novel console for your support. It genuinely means the world to Aaron and I to have such handsome, talented patrons. And I truly believe the universe will reward you in some karmic way for being a patron to Super Pod Saga. Thank you.
If you're a fan of coffee and you're looking for something different, I think we've got just the thing for you. That's Bones Coffee. Bones Coffee is not your usual coffee company. Of course, it's all sugar-free, gluten-free, all that stuff because it's just coffee, nothing added to it. But they roast each batch of coffee beans to your order, and they've got just a bazillion different flavors to choose from. They've got your usual French vanilla, salted caramel, they've got Irish cream, of course they've got decaf, single origin coffees like Kenya, Guatemala, stuff like that, even what they call high voltage, which is extra strength, extra caffeine, but they have all sorts of other awesome kind of out of the box flavors. They've got ones like cotton candy, maple bacon, and even mint chocolate chip ice cream. And they're always coming up with new crossover flavors, like they've done a bunch for Nightmare Before Christmas, Indiana Jones, even Spider-Man, of all things. And they're also coming up with new seasonal flavors all the time. If this sounds right up your alley, feel free to use the link in our episode description and use coupon code SUPERPODSAGA at checkout to get 20% off your order. That's SUPERPODSAGA at checkout to get 20% off your order. And if you're not just in the market for coffee, you can also get some sweet mugs. They've got lots of cool shirts. They've got all sorts of different brewing equipment like French presses, stuff like that. Just head on over to bonescoffee.com, or again, use the link in our episode description and get 20% off. Get yourself a new interesting flavor and spice up your morning routine with Bones Coffee. I really hope you enjoy. I'm a really big fan of it, and I hope you find one that really hooks you. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good one. It's really important to stay hydrated. They say to drink 8 to 10 cups of water per day to stay properly hydrated, but sometimes that can be difficult to do and completely inconvenient, and most of us don't feel like carrying a gallon of water with us at all times. But that's where Liquid IV comes in. Liquid IV is the category-winning hydration brand fueling your well-being, and their hydration multiplier is the one product you're missing in your daily routine. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Use it first thing in the morning, before a workout, when you feel run down, after a long night out, or on long flights. Man, in Iowa, the summers can be brutal. 90 degrees and tons of humidity, and that just saps the energy and water right out of your system within just a few minutes. Luckily, Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. It's very important to replace those electrolytes, you know? And I just love how quick and easy it is to use Liquid IV. You just get 1 packet and a bottle of water, and you just pour that packet into the bottle of water, shake the heck out of it, and bam, you are good to go. Since using Liquid IV, I've felt way more alert, active, and just plain better versus drinking water alone. My favorite flavors to go to are the Yuzu Pineapple Energy Multiplier and the Tropical Punch Hydration Multiplier. I can't get enough of those ones. And what makes them even better is, like I mentioned earlier, they're packed with 5 essential vitamins like B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. And again, 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. And they're non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy, which is just great. So you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code SUPERPODSAGA at checkout. That's 20% off anything when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code SUPERPODSAGA, SUPERPODSAGA at liquidiv.com. You have a great one, superstars.
Hey there, Super Potters! You may be wondering how Aaron and I, bumbling idiots that we are, managed to record, edit, and distribute our world-class podcast, The Super Pod Saga. The answer, dear listeners, is Zencastr. Let me tell you more. It is so easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Feel a sense of zen, knowing Zencastr's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable. It's an all-in-one service! If you have thought about podcasting before and realized that you need a lot of different tools and services, those days are over. With Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcast all in one place and distribute it to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use my code SUPERPODSAGA and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experiences I do for all my podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story.
How do I start this off? Hey, cleaning dish, or washing your dish. I guess, no, fuck. How often do you guys
Fucking
wash
your
your
dishes.
dishes? Yeah, how often do you guys wash your dishes?
I don't do dishes. I go to Denny's 24/7 for breakfast, lunch, dinner.
How about you, Gerry? How often do you go to Denny's or wash your dishes?
I don't go to Denny's and I don't use dishes. I just eat off the floor.
Well, if you were to wash
Sometimes we get fancy and use paper plates.
eat off the floor like a fucking animal. Well, if you were to use dishes, you would use a sponge. That's how people wash dishes, is with a sponge. But hey, sponges get gross over time. They get all soggy and they fall apart, and the scrubber part starts to come off. And then you know what you do with an old sponge? You just toss it out, and those just sit in landfills and just take up space and ruin our environment. But what if I were to tell you we've created edible sponges?
No.
We've done it.
Or SpongeBob.
Or I mean, the sponsor of this episode has done it. They've created edible sponges. As you clean with those edible sponges, they'll slowly marinate and soak up all the delicious cheese and other shit that you scrub off your dishes. And you know what? The longer you use Shut up. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's the monster talking. I'm really sorry, dude.
I urged when you said that.
Hold.
I wish you.
Swallow that puke, sir.
And spit it back out right onto the edible sponge.
That's right. Yeah. The more you use that sponge, the more delicious it's gonna be when you decide to cook it. Yeah, you could use it for a couple of loads, and then toss it into the microwave for like a minute and a half, and then dig right in, and it's gonna be delicious. Or like a fine wine, or like a cheese, just let it age for maybe like a month or two, then toss it in the microwave for like a minute and a half, and then boy, it's gonna taste so fucking good. Like I said, sponges, you just toss them out and they sit in a landfill and take up space and ruin our environment, the earth and all that jazz. But now with edible sponges, baby, you eat them, you digest them, you shit them, and that's it. But if you order one right now, if you order an edible sponge right now, I'll throw in a free gift. You're getting the edible sponge mitt. It's a mitt. It goes on your hand and it's made of edible sponge. So when you're done cleaning with that edible sponge mitt, you could stuff the inside with another edible sponge if you want. You could fill it with meat or cheese or a fucking Reuben sandwich. I don't care what you put in there, but you can eat it.
Piece of rhubarb?
Yeah, a piece of rhubarb, fucking corrugated cardboard if you want. I don't care. It's your mitt. What's have I sold either of you guys on the edible sponge yet?
So
Well, I feel like you would sell me if you had included the sexy sponge. The one that they're coming out with. It's the one that they're coming out with, Aaron. Don't you know about this? The sexy sponge is the sponge that cleans up after your sexy time. However, you could still eat it. You can even strap them all together and wear them as edible panties after you're done cleaning up after your sexy time.
Panties?
Yeah, sponge panty sexy time. The new show from the SpongeBob creators.
And you can buy like a single edible sponge. You could buy them in a family pack that feeds a family of four sponges. You can even buy the party pack that's 20 sponges.
But you don't want to.
Sponges.
You don't want to mix up the sexy sponges with the regular sponges, because you don't want to be feeding the kids those sexy sponges, because that might get you put in jail.
That's right. That is right. You could buy one, Jay. You could buy one. You could buy an edible sponge right now for $7.99 or 8 easy payments of $1. $100.
wow.
Have I sold you on this product? You can buy one.
So, well, here's the thing. So I'm obviously a rich billionaire, and I eat all my meals at Denny's, and so I don't use a sponge. So is there an option
Fucking
that I
rich
can?
person.
Could I get these? Like pre-flavored.
You fucked me up with the billionaire Denny's. He rolled up to Denny's in like a Rolls Royce, and he's got this like fancy suspender suit. He's like, "Oh, Carlos, my butler, my sir, I'm going off to Denny's for a grand slam or something."
I think you mean my.
Don't
Huda
forget to
Deluxe.
pack my sponge.
Yeah, can I take my sponges to Denny's and have them use my sponge there, so then I could take it home? Sort of like afternoon snack kind of thing. Is that an option?
Yeah, they have Denny's has a new hibachi option. You bring in whatever, and they'll throw on the old hibachi and cook it in front of you.
Hibachi sponges at Denny's. You sentences that have never been uttered before in the universe.
Is that the goal? Is just to utter sentences that have never been uttered before?
That's usually what happens on Super Pod Saga. That's how we got Rip Dick Sword, remember? Or Triplan Switch, or whatever the fuck. Oh, Christ, dude, I'm sweating.
Well, you can clean that up with the new sponge for cleaning just specific sweat up. You got that gravy sweat?
Body
you clean that up. Got the meat sweats? No problem.
And you send it right back to us, and we'll get it to an audience that really, that's really looking for that edible sponge.
Could you imagine if you went to a food drive, everybody else is bringing cans of applesauce and pinto beans and shit, and you just drop off a fucking sponge, a wet sponge in a Ziploc bag? You're like,
Well,
I gotta just pop that into the old microwave for about a minute and a half, baby.
Listeners, I got some good news for you too, because there's going to be a Super Ghost, a Super Pod, and a Super Bracket version of those sponges with our own bodily fluids just dripping.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
You could combine them all together and just lather up.
Oh, it's like a turducken. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Don't know what to have on Thanksgiving dinner? Get the Super Sponge Saga.
The what is it? The what is it? The ghost bracket pod. Fuck, I don't know. Call now. Thanks, edible sponges. We're back.
Oh boy.
Let's
I don't
Let's
think
check
we can
in with
come
our-
back from that. Aaron, there's no coming back.
My face hurts.
let's check in with our reporter on the field, live at Denny's down the street. Hey, Dennis. How's Denny's?
Dennis at Denny's.
Dennis is dead. he overdosed.
Too many sponges.
Dennis Dick.
Too many
Sword.
sponges. It blocked his blocked his digestive tract. Oh man, okay. Holy shit. My next.
Sorry.
Go. What were you
No,
gonna say, dude?
I can't.
Oh,
I can't. It's
But you should. You
Do it.
should.
Do it.
no, I'm done. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. Hey, Jump Force is my next game.
Jump
It's like-
Force?
Yeah.
Like
Have you heard of
Shonen? Jump Force?
Yeah, it's like this big gigantic it's basically like Smash Bros but anime. So they've got Asta from Black Clover. They've got like 8 million Bleach characters, 8 million characters from like Dragon Ball and Naruto and One Piece. Hunter x Hunter, JoJo, Yu Yu Hakusho. They even got Yu-Gi-Oh in there. They've got fucking Yugi.
That's
and
right.
Jump Force.
Oh, I forgot about this game. It's
Fucking,
it's actually good.
Yeah, that's what
It's-
I was wondering.
It's not like the best, but it's pretty fucking enjoyable. Like it's not like say Street Fighter 5 good or like Smash Bros Ultimate good, but it's still fun to just be like, dude, you want to play some fucking Jump Force? And then like one of you picks fucking All Might and the other person is Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, and
Oh.
it's like it's the coolest fucking shit ever.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's got fucking Hiei, my favorite character from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's got what else is there? Some motherfucker from City Hunter. I've never seen that. It's just a cool game to just pick your favorite anime characters and then just beat the shit out of each other. And yeah, and, the powers that characters have in their shows, they also have in the games as well too. So like if anybody fucking watches JoJo, Dio can stop time for a little bit. Or fucking Yugi, he can summon like Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. Dude, it's just it's great.
This
It's,
holy shit, this roster's insane. Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Wow.
I think they've stopped supporting it though. Yeah, because it came out in 2018 or
it's
some shit.
delisted from digital stores in
What?
2022.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It was on
Rest
Game
in
Pass
peace.
for a little bit too.
Dang. I was,
But
Why the
it's-
hell did it get delisted?
I think they probably lost the licenses for a good bunch of them.
yeah.
A good bunch of the characters. I mean, that's how
They flew
That's-
too close to the sun.
they really did. Like edible sponges.
You can't just put it in the sunlight. You gotta. It's the microwave only. No stovetop.
That's right. It needs to kill that bacteria. It's got to do it. I almost said low and slow, but a microwave's absolutely not low and slow. That's like the fastest way to fucking cook something. Yeah, it's I think you can buy a physical copy of the game and still download the DLC. Maybe probably have to look into that. That's it. Jump Force.
Nice.
Nice.
Good pick.
How about you, Jay?
Let's see. Where do I want to go on my list? How many of you guys got left on your list, just for like context of me picking where? How many? Because I've
I got
got 6 games, 7 games.
I've
left.
I've got 2 left.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I'll do.
I have one.
Okay, great. Then I will go to the top of my list. So these are 2 games that I'm going to do a pair, but they're essentially just the same game from different eras. And I want to bring back Jurassic Park. And
Nice.
I love this genre of game, like the simulation, and I love Jurassic Park. So getting to build my own Jurassic Park was a dream come true. And it started in the early 2000s with Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which was an awesome game. I sunk so many hours into it, but it was, you got to build your park, build your enclosures, throw your dinosaurs into them, you build your security, your attractions. You go from beginning to end, trying to build a 5-star park. But of course, it's going to throw in tornadoes and dinosaur rampages and things like that to try to get you off track. Kind of separates it from the zoo tycoons of the world, but also it's got that Jurassic Park flavor, which is incredible.
Hell yeah.
But loved Operation Genesis, and then its spiritual successor, Jurassic World Evolution, which came out a few years ago, and then the sequel came out, I think, a year ago now, and they just brought it into the modern era, where you aren't just limited to a grid anymore, and obviously the dinosaurs look amazing, and it has its own has its own problems. It's not the best game. It's not the best simulation. It's not super challenging, but my God, there's nothing as a Jurassic Park fan. Jurassic Park, the original, is my favorite movie of all time. There's nothing like seeing a working, functioning park that you got to build in that series. And so, yeah, no, Jurassic, Operation Genesis, and Evolution, some of my favorites of all time.
Nice. I'm looking at the Wikipedia entry for Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, and it mentions a dino flu that you have to
Yeah, no,
that they can be sick with.
yeah,
That's cool.
your dinosaurs can get sick, and you gotta research. There's a research component, making sure that they're up to date, their vaccines and shit like that. And the most wild part about this game, that like retrospectively, I playing the game, like I didn't think too much of it when I was younger, but retrospectively I look back, and like one of the defense systems was just an automatic turret. It was just a big machine gun.
What?
Yeah. And if a dinosaur broke out, it would automatically pop up and gun the dinosaur down.
Oh my God.
And I was
Shit.
I'm like, there's no way that would ever happen in 2024 or 2023. Like, it's just like that there's no way they would allow that in a Jurassic Park game now. But heck, they did it in 2001 or whatever
Why
it was.
not? Fuck it.
Oh man.
Jesus
Did
Christ.
you say that you have to make sure that the dinosaurs have their vaccines?
Yes, you
That's
do.
hilarious.
Otherwise, they get
there's
sick.
just that there's just that one velociraptor's like, ooh, vaccines are gonna give me autism, and then you just get the turret out and
Oh yeah, you hop in your helicopter and you nail them from
Your
above.
hoopty.
Yeah, your hoopty helicopter.
Holy shit.
Oh man, yeah, no, some good stuff. Yeah,
That sounds cool. Hell yeah. What about you, Jerry?
well, it's not that cool, but it's cool to me. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. If you haven't noticed, a lot of my shit's retro stuff because I've been digging into some retro stuff lately. But yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, but also the other game, which was just the Power Rangers game on Super Nintendo. Dude, those games are so good, and the soundtrack is awesome. It's made by Bandai. And yeah, it's just like a good beat 'em up. They're kind of hard too, but you could play them co-op. Or actually, I think the movie one is the one that's co-op. I think the other one might not be. They might both be. I don't know. I can't remember.
I like that it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, but like the game. Like,
Yeah.
it reminds me of that Street Fighter one where it's like Street Fighter the movie, the game.
movie, the game, yeah.
Yeah.
That game. Oh
That
my
shit
god,
kills me.
that game is bad.
You said this is your last pick, right?
I did. I mean, I can dig into the vault of my brain here, and I can always pull out more because
That's fine. Like I've after we get all of our last ones out, we can rapid fire a bunch of like really shitty ones too, like a bunch of stinkers or something.
all right, yeah, that works.
If you want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the Power Rangers game, super good. You should check it out. It's like, do you guys like beat 'em ups at all?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
'Cause
It's not a genre I like really gravitate to, but when I play them, I enjoy them.
A lot of the beat 'em ups on Super Nintendo were really good, but pretty goddamn hard. Because I'm thinking about this now. Like, I have Batman Returns on this list as well, which was also a beat 'em up, and then the Power Rangers, and then like somebody on your Discord mentioned the 2 Spider-Man games, Separation Anxiety and Maximum Carnage. Dude, those games are awesome, but like
Yeah.
they had no right to be because they were both made by LGN.
Ooh,
Which is
that's
wild.
for those that don't know, LJN normally makes terrible games, especially on the NES.
Yeah, NES, and I mean, there's SNES games are not good either, except for those. Like, there must have been, I don't know, must have been something in the water when they were making those games.
What's up in the water?
Have you guys ever heard of the movie Kung Fury?
Yes,
Let me look it up. That sounds
it's a ridiculous
familiar.
movie.
Oh
It's like-
no, I'm thinking
it's
of
like
something
almost
else.
all filmed on like a green screen, pretty much.
Yes, no, it's special. But they made a beat 'em up based on the game. But yeah, no, if you're unfamiliar with Kung Fury, I mostly just want to say it so I can get Aaron's reaction when I say this. But Kung Fury is about this guy who goes back in time with the power of kung fu to stop the Kung Fuhrer, which of course is Adolf Hitler.
No.
The Kung Fuhrer. Yeah,
How have you not heard about this, Aaron?
this
It sounds like the greatest film ever.
this really
made.
seems like something that would be up your alley.
That is, dude.
Yeah, and they made a beat 'em
Oh
up
my
based
God.
on this movie. And it's
Führer.
you mash buttons and it's not a very good game, but just the beat 'em up reminded me that this existed and I needed to expose Aaron to it.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
If you're
with
into
the power
that,
of kung fu.
yeah, with the power of kung fu. If you're into that movie, you should definitely check out Psycho Gorman.
Psycho Gorman.
Yeah, it's like
looking it up.
it's basically like if you took all the craziest
What the
cost-
fuck?
all the craziest costumes of like the Power Ranger show, but made them like gory, and then yeah, there's these little kids that meet this guy called Psycho Gorman, and he's just like, I have to protect you from these crazy people, and it is a
Dude.
wild ride.
Oh my God, the tagline: "Little girl, big psycho, powerful." Oh, dude. Oh, so I'm reading the Wikipedia article for it. The second sentence says, "That night, an alien monster emerges from the hole. The monster enters an old shoe factory and brutally kills a group of thieves." Holy fuck, dude.
You have to.
Man.
Matter of fact, I'll screen share it. I'll throw that on. I'll have a party. We'll drink beers and we can watch.
We gotta do
Psycho
that with
Gorman.
Kung Fury also. That sounds
That sounds
so
like
Oh,
an
double-
amazing
double
feature.
Double feature. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh
But
my God.
don't forget your sponges, boys.
That's right.
For snack time.
Just mandatory sponges.
I'll have I'll have a microwave in the old hoopty. It'll be connected to the cigarette lighter or whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna only exclusively bring the sexy sponges because that's all I have here. Is the
Yeah,
sexy
because you
sponges.
eat off the floor, so you don't need the regular ones.
That's right,
It's-
and
makes
they're
sense,
just
yeah.
they're just filled with cum. just absolutely brimming.
I see we've upgraded from bodily fluids. That's good. Yeah.
Just gonna pop those suckers in the microwave, and it's gonna be like having fucking nachos and cheese.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, that's what you get for almost making me throw up earlier.
Yeah, I know. See, you've made a full 180 here. Like you're now using Aaron's weapon against him.
Just
unlimited
like
power
Fury or whatever.
Yeah, through the power of Sexy Sponge and Kung Fu.
Oh man, holy shit. So my next game is I put a surprisingly good amount of time into this game. Transformers Devastation. Holy fuck, this was so good. By the way, it was developed by Platinum Games, who makes Bayonetta and Vanquish and shit like that. So it's like high octane, like balls in your face action.
Yeah, dude.
You can play as like Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Sideswipe, and the other two, and you can upgrade the Transformers with different shit as well too, and it's just how do I explain it? It's basically like a hack and slash, like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. You're doing just like really fucking fast combos. You dodge roll out of the way. Sometimes you'll transform into a car for an attack or something like that. But it's just
Yeah, it's super good. The art style is really cool too.
Yeah, I like the look of this game. Yeah,
and it's not
like a
very long
cel-shaded-
either.
No,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
maybe like
cel-shaded
4 or
as
5
fuck.
hours long or something. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a long game. Funny enough, though, about that game, I threw that on. I think I had that on PS4.
Yeah.
I remember I bought it, and two of my buddies were or no, I was playing it with a friend of mine, and my other buddy was like on FaceTime or something because it was like over the holidays, and my one friend is like, dude, this game is impossible. Like this first boss is impossible. He was dying over and over and over again, and me and my other friend are like, dude, like it can't. No, you must be not like playing this right. He's like, no, man, it's like it's impossible. Like I just my health is just getting destroyed. I take the controller and I'm like, dude, have you like not been reading any of the tutorial pop-ups? Because like you know that you have to time the dodge rolls, right? I
Mhm.
fucking beat the boss without even getting hit once. And he was just like, fuck, this game is stupid.
Yeah, it's so fucking. There's quite a few boss battles where you're fighting against like a gigantic fucking transformer, and you have to like you have to cruise around the map in your car form and pick things up and to like throw at them or like knock them off guard, and then you'll just beat the fuck out of their head. And yeah, it's great. Like I haven't I can't I can't think of like the last Transformers game that I played before that, but it's pretty sweet, pretty good.
Yup. That's a good one. Good pick.
How about you, Jay?
So for one more pick, I got two here that I'm really eyeballing. They're both Star Wars games. The Star Wars games always get a lot of praise, or like they got a lot of attention on them because they're Star Wars games, right? And so, but the one that I want to focus on that doesn't get a lot of love is an real-time strategy game, an RTS called Star Wars Empire at War. And RTS is a genre of games that generally just doesn't get a lot of love, but is one that I hold near and dear to my heart. Command and Conquer is one of my favorite series of all time.
Oh yeah.
And so getting to combine Command and Conquer with Star Wars was a dream come true. And Empire at War was a game I put a ton of time into. This, I mean, it is, you build your base, as one of the Star Wars factions, and you build up your base, you build your troops, and you send them out to battle. And you could build all the classic vehicles, the AT-AT, the AT-ST, etc., and so forth. And this was just the best and closest way I felt like you could get to really getting into the epic scale of Star Wars conflicts. And yeah, no, I this game totally underrated. I think it's super fun. I will have played it within the last year, and I frankly believe it holds up. It has a great community around it to this day with great mod support. Like Empire at War is definitely like just period an all-time great game for me, outside of the fact that it's Star Wars or a genre that I like. But Star Wars Empire at War is a game that doesn't get enough love, and I definitely want to shout it out here. Yeah, good game, good game.
Hell yeah.
I actually recently played and beat a Star Wars game 2 on N64.
Tell us all about it.
Please.
It was Shadows of the Empire. And that game kicks ass. It holds up. I was surprised by how well it held up. It's pretty nuts, man. Like you kind of get the whole like gamut of stuff from Star Wars. Like you start off that game literally in like a dogfight, like in the sky. Like you're flying around. You got to shoot down like these like droids and stuff. And then like eventually like a new wave will happen, and then you got to like attack the AT-ATs, and like yeah, it's nuts. And then the next level is like a third person shooter. It's wild. Like, and it's pretty goddamn hard too. But there's difficulty options that you can adjust there. But yeah, it was really good. It's like there's some pretty good Star Wars games, gotta say.
Yeah, no,
Hell yeah.
that's a great pick. Yeah, no, I've seen gameplay from that game, but I've never gone out and found it. But maybe that needs to go on the old list before Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, definitely play Shadows of the Empire before Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Well,
100%.
yeah, of course. Yeah, naturally.
I mean, it's good, but it ain't that good.
Here's my last one, and then we can goof around and talk
Shit on
about
some stuff.
shitty ones for a little bit. Yeah. My last one is Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because that game, if you're into fighting games, it's so fucking good. I don't think there's any way to get it now. I mean, unless you emulate it, of course, but that's bad, I guess.
Weren't we just talking about this the other day?
I think so. Yeah, because you're talking about you got like the GD Emu on your
Dream, yeah. That's why
for your Dreamcast.
bought a Dreamcast. I'm gonna mod it and put a GDMU in it because I can't afford to pay the outrageous prices that people want for retro games.
Exactly. No one should have to, and that's why emulation is a necessary evil. Say it as many times as I need to. God damn it! But
well, I mean, you're talking about the Reckoning games being expensive. You know where they're not expensive? Archive.org.
Yeah. Vim's Lair.
Vim's Lair. I swear to God, I wish I could just like get Vim's to like sponsor our podcast or just even like interview. I want to like I like to believe the guy that owns the site is just one guy and his name is Vim.
I shit you not. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Good friend of the show, Matt Storm and Jeff. I forget his last name. God bless his heart. What is it? Fun and Games podcast. They had Vim from Vim's Lair on their show.
No.
And they talked about like the state of video game preservation. Fucking go listen to that, dude, and then learn all about Vim. It's wild.
That's crazy. That man's a living legend.
That man's a man. Yeah, Marvel versus Capcom 2. It's I think the normal mode is like 3v3, 2D fighting and all that stuff. But yeah, there's lots of course, like the Hulk, the Human Torch, Taskmaster, or am I thinking of I'm thinking of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. No, Iceman. There it is, Iceman. Then you get like Rebecca from fucking Resident Evil. Fuck yeah, it's just great game. It's a shame you can't get anywhere else, but it's a really good fighting game, and like the more you play it, you'll unlock points you can use to buy even more characters, because like the roster starts out already huge, and then you can buy more and more characters and make it even bigger. And
how many Mega Man characters are in that?
Let's see. There's Tron Bonne. There's
Tron Bonne is in it?
I'm pretty sure. Let me look up the. Let's see. Capcom characters. Yeah, Tron Bonne. Roll, Mega Man. You can be a serve bot.
Wow.
I think that is it.
Dude,
Yeah, they go ahead.
Greg recently brought it to my attention that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, was that like the last one that came out
Yeah.
like in
Yep.
Yeah. He was like, "Dude, do you know who I don't know." He was like, "I don't know if I've ever asked you, but are you aware of who the last boss is in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?" And I was like, "If you say Sigma, I'm going to lose my fucking mind." And he was like,
Oh, is it?
"It's
Oh, yeah.
it's a combination of Sigma and Ultron."
That's cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, "Oh shit, I guess I got to play that game now." Cuz I am a huge Mega Man fan.
You should. I know Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has 0, but you should definitely play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because first off, the fucking soundtrack is so cool. Like, other fighting games are like techno or like what's the other word, like trance or even like Guilty Gear. It's like heavy metal and shit like that.
Oh
But
man.
in this
Guilty
game,
Gear
it's just like jazzy, like super jazzy,
Oh yeah,
and it works so well.
Yeah, I think I remember like seeing videos of this and just being like, "Wow, that's a choice," but god damn, does that work well?
Yeah, it's great, man. It's
Maybe we'll have to stream some of that once I get this
maybe
Dreamcast set up.
maybe we should because that'd be
Maybe,
cool. I'll
yeah.
we'll get my dream team of Iceman and
You can coach
what's his fucking name?
I don't know.
Guile. Yeah, there we go. Iceman.
Guile.
Guile.
You couldn't remember Guile's name?
No, I was thinking of I almost thought of Paul from Tekken because they have like the same goofy fucking haircut almost.
Paul. What a wild all these crazy
Paul
characters
Phoenix.
and you just got Paul.
Paul Phoenix. That's it for my list. So Superman 64?
That's not a bad game.
What? I mean, I guess
No.
it's so bad that it's good, I guess.
It's not bad. Like I think there's just a misconception about that game that it's bad because people don't know how to play it right. It's actually
Fair
really
enough.
good. It
Fair
has
enough.
a very expensive universe within
Stop.
the game.
Stop.
Yeah, I was like, okay, where is this? Yeah, no way. No way.
It's extended lore. Fucking.
No, fuck that game. That game can eat dick.
Oh my god.
It's bad. It's still bad.
What are some other bad ones? I had a few, but I can't think of them any fucking more.
You know what is weird is the Super Star Wars games on Super Nintendo. There's 3 of them.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not they're not necessarily bad. They're fucking impossible, dude.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking impossible. It's crazy how hard those games are. And like I don't know, man. I haven't tried them in a while, but now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to like throw it on. Maybe like I came to a realization recently because after I built the Mr. FPGA, I was like, "Oh man, now I can't use save states." Honestly, dude, I think I'm okay because a lot of those old games like have cheat codes and stuff that you could just put in on the menu and just be like, "Oh, I just want infinite continues." Like, okay, fine, cool. Or level select.
That
If you
works.
have to like walk away from the game and be like, "Ah, damn it, I only made it to like level 3 and then I got game over." Just put in level select. Most of those games had that shit. So I wonder if the Super Star Wars games have any kind of like cheats or like level select or anything like that, because that might make it a little bit more manageable, but I honestly don't think I could beat those without save states. They're just that, like I said, they're not inherently bad. They're just really fucking hard to the point where it's like, oh, that was a bad choice to make these this hard. And
The
it's-
Lord of the Rings Gollum is a piece of shit.
No, it's not.
I
Come on.
don't have a whole lot else to say about the Super Star Wars games because they are difficult, but Gollum, it just looks bad, and I've watched gameplay of it, and it looks bad. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I do need to play for myself, but
I'd be
I don't know, man.
I'd be curious to actually see how bad it is. But I mean, yeah, when your developer is releasing an apology the day after release, not a good sign. Not a good sign.
Yeah, like not even 24 hours later, and they're like they would have had to have drafted that before it even released. They were just like, oh god, guys, like are we actually going to put this out? Like, all right, someone start writing something up. 'Cause, like, we're gonna need it.
Wasn't it leaked that they potentially use
generated it?
AI generated the apology?
Oh yeah, because
Lord
they,
of
like-
Ring, Gollum.
Yeah, Lord of Ring. There we go. That's what I remember.
Oh god, yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
One blemish on a franchise that I love, Aliens. As I understand, there's been several not great games. Isolation is an exception, one of the best.
Man.
But
Awesome.
Aliens Colonial Marines was a game that I
Ooh.
remember being very hyped for. That
Me too.
Looked great, and was just a big old bummer on release.
The crazy thing about that afterwards, like I want to say like maybe 5 years ago, somebody went in to like the source code of the game and they were like, oh, I found out why the game is like why the AI is so bad in this game, because there was a spelling mistake in the code of the AI for the enemies and shit, and they fixed it. They were like, oh, it's just supposed to be spelt like this, and apparently the game isn't even that bad after you fix that spelling mistake. So there's a patched version of that game since then that you
That's
can download.
actually not that bad. Okay, maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no. Normally
insane,
the Alien
dude.
games are really bad.
Yeah.
It sucks too because like I'm a huge Alien fan, and I just they're not, the good Alien games are few and far between.
Yes.
Yeah, there's also another. I know we're talking about bad ones, but another really good Alien game is Alien versus Predator for arcade. It was developed by Capcom, and that was really fucking good.
Dude. So
But
good.
I'm looking. So again, thank you, Wikipedia. I'm looking at the Wikipedia article for Aliens Colonial Marines, and there's a picture of Sid Mead, who is hired to design areas of the game. He's a visual futurist, and he looks like the cockroach man from Men in Black, like the dude who's like a bug in a man's body. Looks like that, but with aviator sunglasses on. Here, I'll send you a link.
No, he doesn't. No. Oh yeah,
He looks-
he does. Okay.
He's he just looks visually uncomfortable, like it is just a fucking bug in a man's suit.
Oh my god.
Water with sugar.
Ew.
Oh fuck.
Why is that
Friday
guy
the
making
13th for
games? He
NES.
looks like
It's also terrible.
yeah, that's a bad game.
It's like almost a turn-based RPG. It's weird. That one sucks.
One that
I can't get over this Sid Mead guy. I can't stop looking at this guy.
This guy looks like he eats sponges.
Holy
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Not even like the edible ones. He eats like regular inedible sponges, dude.
I'm looking at this picture of this man, and it's like was hired to design areas of the game, and I'm like, I don't believe you. This guy is definitely like prepping bodies or something in a fucking mortuary. Like, look at this guy.
He's prepping. He's prepping the fuck. He's prepping his little like this little torture station in the basement of his fucking mansion because he gets paid so much to be a visual futurist. He's preparing to like eat people's toenails or something, dude. I don't know. This dude's gross.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's super dead.
Oh, thank God.
He's not gonna come after us.
Rip Sid. He was 86. Oh my God. No wonder he looked
86
uncomfortable,
years.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Minnesota. Fuck. He's like right next door.
He did the designs for Blade Runner, Tron. Holy shit.
George Lucas created the AT-AT for Star Wars saga based on art by Mead. This guy made the AT-AT.
Oh,
You're telling me this fucking blob made the AT-AT?
That's what I'm saying, man.
damn it.
Oh,
Aaron, you got to
boy.
edit it all out, man. This guy's
Go back.
a hero. He's just a pillar in the sci-fi creation.
In the edible sponge community.
The edible sponge community on subreddit.
Oh man. I guess you're gonna have to start it. Someone's got to.
Someone's Googling it.
Oh, man.
Edible sponges.
Please,
Oh
come
my
on, Reddit.
god.
What?
Edible dish sponge 2-minute recipe.
Oh no.
Wait, we can make it? Oh, this looks
What?
so. I'm going to.
What the fuck?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, hit me with it.
So I mean, this looks kind of like what my sexy sponges look like, fresh out of the microwave.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my god, this person is from fucking Calgary, Alberta. That's 2 hours south of where I live. I need to meet this person.
You do that. I'll meet with Sid's corpse.
He was actually just prepping his own body.
The alien finally left. The alien finally left its host.
Oh my god!
Just dumped him at a Denny's. where all bodies go.
Oh man, the dreams go to die.
Oh,
fuck.
god.
Hit us up, Denny's. We love you. Well, that's it. That's all the best licensed games. Rip Sid.
Rip Sid. Oh no.
One more time. Gerry, where can people find you and your show?
I don't know. We're gonna be canceled after this.
Immediately, I don't know.
Yeah. So you can find Super Ghost Radio on all your podcast platforms. We have a podcast that comes out every other Friday. We do have a YouTube channel, which is just Super Ghost. And we are also on Twitter at Super Ghost Radio, on Instagram at Super Ghost Radio. And sometimes we do live streaming on Twitch at Super Ghost Live.
.com. I wanted to add the .com there, but
I mean, you can put it there, but it's not going to... What would happen if you did that?
.com. Yeah. Hey, Jay, where can people find you and your show and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
With a PH.
You can find Super Bracket Bros anywhere the podcasts are found. Right now, we are in between seasons, but you are in luck. Just 2 weeks from when this episode comes out, the first episode of season 6 is going to be released. And for season 6, we are taking Super Bracket Bros into the world of tabletop role playing. We're going to be using GURPS, a tabletop system to determine the winners of our fights for season 6. So we have guests coming on who are going to be piloting their respective characters that they've chosen. You might even find a few familiar faces that have been guests on Super Pod Saga before on season 6. And yeah, it's the most fun I've ever had on our show. We've been doing it since 2019, and I really am excited for people to get to listen to season 6 of the show. So yeah, check it out. We'll be more than happy to have you.
That sounds really cool. So like, I mean, if you don't want to spoil anything, feel free to just, I guess, not answer my question. So like the people who are participating in the episode, they're actually like role playing as the characters or whatever.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Every episode is going to feature 2 guests, and each guest will be manning an actual fictional character. So we've taken characters from Star Wars, from anime, from different universes, and I've turned them into character sheets for our guests to pilot and to battle each other with. We've kind of twisted GURPS a little bit to create this our own version a little bit, to make it PvP and try to make it as fair as possible. But we're just a little ways into recording now at the time of this recording, and I think it's turning out great. I'm super pumped for it.
Please get Aaron and I on there to do battle as Goku and Vegeta.
Yes, yeah, we can make that.
Oh,
happen.
dude, do like Frieza and All Might or something cool.
Frieza and Yamcha, I call Frieza.
There we go.
Oh
Oh shit.
But yeah, that's what we're up to over at Super Bracket Bros. Yeah, we've got some really we've got some well-known characters, and we've got some lesser-known. But yeah, those names, the characters, the guests, it's all going to be released day of when the episodes come out. We're keeping it to what
Like low key?
yeah, keeping it low key until then. But
There you go.
yeah, no, super pumped.
I'm super pumped to listen to that. That sounds awesome. Well, yeah, thank you guys again for coming on the show. This was a really fucking fun one. And yeah, we'll have you guys both on again sometime, whether it's in the same episode or a separate one or whatever. But thank you, listeners, for listening. As you do, everybody have a great fucking Sunday or whatever day. Monday. These come out on Monday. That's right. Okay, bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.